Hello everyone and welcome into my Final Fantasy VII character tier ranking list. This is going to be a video going over the effectiveness of every character in battle and ranking the characters from best to worst. More emphasis is going to be placed on how good the characters are at the end of the game, because at the end of the game the biggest challenges await. And so we're going to be ranking the characters from best to worst, and we're going to be talking about how good each character is. With that being said, let's get right into the list, and let's start with the first character we're going to be ranking, which is going to be the main protagonist of the game, Cloud. So Cloud is a mandatory character for the whole game. You always have to have him in your party, and basically he is one of the best characters in the game. He gets all around very good stacks. Not only does he get really great stacks, but he also gets some of the best limit breaks in the game, and he also gets one of two triple AP growth weapons in the game. And those triple AP growth weapons are incredibly important, because getting those strong material leveled up is one of the most important things for getting very powerful in Final Fantasy VII. Overall, Cloud is definitely one of the best characters in Final Fantasy VII, no doubt about it. Next up, I'm going to be talking about Barret. So Barret is the second character you get in the game, and he is absolutely fantastic in battle. He gets long-range weapons that can do the same damage from the back row, so you can put Barret in the back row, have him take less damage from enemy attacks, and still do the same damage as if he were in the front row. This gives him a massive advantage. Not only is that good, but Barret is also very good at doing damage. He gets very high strength growth. Barret's level 3 limit break is also one of the best in the game. Barret's Unger Max. If you have Barret with his strength very high, he will do incredible amounts of damage with this limit break. All that being said, Barret is definitely one of the best characters in Final Fantasy VII and is definitely a great character to have on your team. Next up, we're going to be covering Tifa. So Tifa is the third character of the game that you get in your group, and she can be a surprisingly good character. Now, if this was a speedrun tier list and basically we're ranking how good each of the characters were for a speedrun of the game, she would be at the absolute top. But because this is a normal playthrough tier list, she is more in the middle. So her Power Soul weapon can be incredibly good. It gives double AP growth, and it allows her to do double damage at critical health. But not only that, you can also, if she is under death sentence, do quadruple damage with her Power Soul weapon. This makes Tifa very powerful. Overall, I do think Tifa is an incredibly good party member. She definitely has a lot of strengths, but her weaknesses are that she doesn't get a triple AP growth weapon, and by the end of the game, she is outdone by other characters who get more powerful towards the end of the game. Next up on the tier list, we are going to be covering Eris. Eris is a character who gets very good magic stats. She is very suited for magic casting in battle. She also gets a lot of limit breaks that do very good supportive things that really help out the team. That all being said though, her physical attacks are incredibly weak, and the biggest problem with Eris out of everything is simply that she is not available for the entire game. So that is the big problem with why Eris cannot be any higher. Alright, so for our next character, we are going to be covering Red 13. Red 13 is a jack of all trades character, kind of like Cloud. He gets the highest speed in the game, and he is a very fast character. His limit breaks early on can be very good. His Lunatic High limit break gives haste to all party members in battle, which can be very good in the earlier parts of the game. The problem with Red 13 though is that his other limit breaks aren't as powerful. For example, his highest hitting limit break in the game hits 10 times. The problem with that is that other characters have limit breaks at the end of the game that can hit for 18 times. So because of that, Red 13 just does not have the damage output to keep up with those other characters. Red 13 is still a pretty good character in the game though. He definitely has one of the best character backstories in the entire game, and he is all around a really cool character with a great backstory. For the next character, we are going to be covering Cake Sif. So Cake Sif has some of the higher magic and spirit stacks of any character in the game. However, despite that, the rest of his stacks are not all that great. Another problem with Kick Sif is that his limit breaks in the game are luck-based. Kick Sif's limit break being luck-based is a very big disadvantage, and it really hurts him compared to other characters in the game. And ultimately, he's just a very mediocre character. Overall, Kick Sif is unfortunately one of the worst characters you can choose to put in your party in the game. There are way better characters than him in this game, and if you're looking for the best party members in the game to choose on your team, he should not be on your team at all. Alright guys, next up is going to be Vincent. Vincent is definitely one of the coolest characters in the entire game. His stacks ultimately though aren't that good. His stacks are good in terms of magic, but outside of his magic, the rest of his stacks are really not that good. Vincent has a limit break that is uncontrollable, which is a massive flaw. Losing control of a character is a very big flaw to have, and it really unfortunately brings Vincent down quite a bit. One of the good things about Vincent is that you can get a weapon for him that will have 255% accuracy, which you can pair with the death blow materia, and that can make him pretty effective. But overall, Vincent is really not that good compared to other characters in the game. His ultimate weapon, the death penalty, has to have its attack power raised by killing enemies over and over. Other ultimate weapons are a lot more easier to do higher damage with. Alright guys, so next up we have our next character we're ranking, which is going to be Yuffie. Yuffie is a surprisingly good character in this game. She gets a great level 3 limit break, Doom of the Living, which does some of the highest damage of any limit break in the game. In addition, she also gets the ultimate weapon, the Conformer, which when paired with the Morph materia allows her to still do the same amount of damage even when using Morph. You can farm sources with her, which can help build your character stacks up a ton, so she can be really good for that. In addition, she has the same advantage Barret does in that her attacks are long range. Overall, Yuffie is a really good character and is definitely one of the best characters to have on your team in Final Fantasy VII. Last up, for our final character, we have Cid Highwind. Cid is one of the best characters in the game, no contest. His Highwind limit break is one of the strongest limit breaks in the game, but not only that, he also gets the only other triple AP growth weapon in the game aside from Cloud. His stacks could be a little bit better in some regards, but his ultimate weapon is also very good in the game as well. It does damage based off of how high MP is, so it's very easy to do high amounts of damage with his ultimate weapon. Overall, Cid is an incredible character and absolutely one of the best characters in the game. Overall, I want to say thank you so much for watching the video. I really greatly appreciate it. Make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel and also follow me over on Twitch. Hey guys, before we end the video, let me know your favorite characters to use in your group in Final Fantasy VII. Alright, cool. Thank you all so much for watching. Really greatly appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next video.